All right, so we have a happy here that we knocked out from the last video. All right, I found this other image here. Um, let's kind of move this over here a little bit. I really like some of these facial expressions for this character. So there's like all this cool stuff, and he's got them all labeled. I'm going to do an angry next, and I think this angry is pretty good. Now, what I want to say is let's assume that I'm very happy with this this pose here. So let's go ahead and hide that. I'm going to right click. Oh, look at this. I forgot to grab this cylinder and drop it in. Now for this neutral pose, I'm going to right click and duplicate this collection. And I'm going to name this one angry. And let's do the same thing as before. I can see from this guy's angry pose in here that like he's got some eyelids going on with some of this stuff, like his happy and all that. So I'm gonna kind of borrow this where you almost lose the eyelids and you just see the eyelids and they're almost at straight out point. So with that, I'm gonna select these, just hit R, rotate them so they're more like this. And then for these bottom ones, I'm gonna hit R, just kind of bring them down almost like they're gone. So a little bit of something like that. Maybe I'll even rotate them out so we see a little bit more. Let's move this down here. I'm just barely seeing this, and maybe we'll move them forward a little bit like that. And I might even just pull in as I'm shaping this. So let's go to sculpt mode here and just kind of start pulling these in so I could see more of that in there. So the character is essentially the same, but um, that's why I was saying you don't want to lose the head shape, but we're going to just kind of pull this stuff. So we're going to pull this down. I'm holding control as I yank this so it goes in one direction, but I'm pulling these out a little bit here, pulling this up and out a little bit. Let's really grab these and cover this area. So, and maybe I edited, I mean, this is a stop motion sort of character here. So we can really, it's a cartoony character is what I meant to say. So you can really kind of push a lot of this stuff. Next thing is I'm actually going to hit C and grab my clay brush and just re-accentuate this. I lost some of that detail. He's got it as almost a straight line. I kind of like that. So let me see how that looks on my guy, my character here. All right, now as for the neutral smile I have going on here, it looks more sinister because he's smiling, but that's not what we want. So I'm going to actually hold shift and kind of smooth that out a little bit, that mouth, and just redraw that in a little bit like this. And then just add those little, so I'm holding control to carve in and then I'm letting go of control. So really he's really upset. And what I like to do sometimes too, let's actually pull this out a little bit, is I flip through it kind of like a traditional animation. So I'll like turn this off. Let's see, turn this off, turn this on. Just kind of neutral, angry, happy. So it's looking pretty cool. Let's knock out one more emotion. I think like sometimes what it does is it gets caught. You have to kind of like, there we go. You have to like right click into one of these areas, like it gets stuck as you're panning around sometimes. Just a little glitch. Let's do one more in this video. We got happy. The total for the assignment though is neutral, angry, happy. We should do 5. So, and one is confused. Let's see if there's any good confused ones here. Let's see. This is kind of a cool confused one. I like that. Let's go for that. So let's say hide happy. Let's right click on neutral. Let's duplicate this collection. Let's name this one confused. And with that, what I'm going to do is borrow this kind of like eyebrow going down. And with this thing, let's see here. Actually, it looks like I might be stuck. let's see, where was that last one at? It was angry. So I'm going to hit tab and go to object mode. Otherwise, it's going to have trouble switching over. So let's turn that off and then go to confused and turn that on. And then select that and then go to sculpt mode. Now the other thing that goes along with this is because these are not the same, I want to go over here to symmetry. I'm just going to turn this off and I'm going to just pull this down a little bit. Oops, that's a little bit too much. And then just pull this forward, really exaggerating this. Pull this up. And then like really pull this up. Pull these forward. We might have to go in with our clay brush a little bit to kind of help this out a little bit. Hold shift in here. Let's hit C and just smooth this out. Now I'm not worried too much about this artifacting because we're going to be doing this. We're going to be remeshing all of this when we go to 3D print this. So something like this. Smooth out that inside. Maybe pull out that mouth just a little bit. Might even just exaggerate that a little bit, just because based on that size of the head. Oops. Wonder if this is on brush detail. Yeah, it is. Huh. So there's like my confused look. All right. As mentioned, you need to do one more for the assignment. So I will let you select whatever fifth face you'd like in there, aside from the neutral, confused, angry. So let's kind of neutral, confused, angry, happy. And then what we'll do in the next section of videos is we're going to create the body as a stop motion figure, which will be maybe a booleaned out neck and all that good stuff.